the things I do.
What sort of things? Please inform our listeners.
Portobello mushrooms, you know.
Portobello mushrooms are actually really nice.
And the devil's
And
iceberg lettuce.
Yannick has a severe addiction to the latter. He's known as the supply in our friend group.
Pisses me off because I was like, yeah, you get this. I'm like, I'm trying to chill. Like, come on, guys. But I feel bad saying no. So this is me saying no to the masses of people that watch this.
That are asking you for legal substances.
Yeah, you know,
herbal tea,
which tastes like shit. I can't.
No, I quite this is lemon, ginger, and manuka honey.
Yeah, but it doesn't taste good. I don't think honey on its own tastes good.
It's because you have sugar in tea, so you got that like sweet tooth, and you're not used to like non-sweet things.
Well, yeah, because why not be? I've got
sugar's bad for you, bro.
Oh yeah, fucking like in moderation, right? It's good for you. Calories, good for the teeth.
I wouldn't say it's good for you at any point, but it depends if you're going simple or complex sugars.
Oh, this biology shit.
Yeah.
Go on, explain to me. I don't know this.
So simple sugars is it depends on how fast it's released into your bloodstream and how quick that energy, that rush you get.
Oh, okay.
So simple sugars is a quick release, so like a chocolate bar or something. You're gonna get that energy spike like real quick, and then it's gonna drop off.
Yeah.
And then complex carbs are slow releasing carbs like oats and porridge, which is gonna like give you a constant energy throughout the day.
Oh,
and it's also good especially for like got high blood pressure. If you have that spike, can be quite dangerous. If you've got that slow release, it's gonna be much more like it's much safer and healthier on your heart and like your bloodstream.
Yeah. Okay. I knew about like slow release like carbs and shit like rice. There have been a lot of like I've seen it online like overnight oats. Have you ever done them? Where you like put it in a pot with like fruit and shit, throw it in the fridge, and in the morning it's like a weird like porridgey.
Oh really?
They look decent. They're apparently pretty high in calories. I can't remember what. Oh, simple and complex sugars. Yeah, sugar is never really good for you, but it's fucking convenience, right? I like it, so I do it.
I suppose that's the thing. Like, I'm not saying you're addicted to sugar. I mean, we probably all.
No, I think I definitely am.
We probably all are addicted to sugar, but like, people don't realize quite how actually addictive it is.
Oh no, yeah, 100%. If you took out all sugar from your thing.
I was watching. It was like a couple of years ago. It was like a documentary on. It was like some celebrities, and they were quite overweight.
Yeah.
And what they basically it was a thing where they went to a different like a hotel or whatever, and their diet was monitored, but they went completely cold turkey from sugar and like fast foods, and they were having like, you imagine like
pure withdrawal symptoms.
Like like your typical like heroin, like you're getting like dizzy and like sweating and like can't like no energy and like can't focus and everything. They were going through because obviously they have it all the time, much more than me and you would do. It was like a big, just a truck, just boom.
Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, the idea of getting full withdrawal symptoms about something like sugar, because obviously when
it's such a commodity and it's so like widely available.
When you start like talking about it like this, it's like, oh fuck yeah, but without it, it's like, oh yeah, I just need sugar.
Yeah,
sugar. It's there. It's in a pot. I can just grab it.
It's not got that stigma of like crack.
Yeah. If I had a pot of crack in my kitchen.
Yeah. If you're just like, I just have it every day, man. I'm not addicted, but it's just a normal thing. And it was crack. Yeah, people look at you like, what the fuck?
Yeah, with my 3 teeth, I'm like
scratching all the time.
Like that. Interesting. So basically, what you're saying is sugar is as bad as crack cocaine, and that we
probably.
Yeah.
Like it might. I probably need to like look at research and whatnot.
Yeah,
But in terms of its addictiveness, it's probably like pretty high.
Yeah. I'll do like a Google search. We'll see. So what am I searching?
How
addictive is sugar?
Yeah.
See if we can get like a graph.
Have you seen that guy? He was on he's a doctor and he was on a Joe Rogan podcast. I can't remember his name.
Mm-hmm.
And he like investigates like drugs and the effect on like class A drugs, and he investigates like the effect on them and like how they affect our like brains and our body. And he was like talking about how he literally just like on a Thursday would just like shoot up heroin.
Oh, I know. Was he like the college doctor, professor, like some? Yeah.
He never did like any drugs until like 30.
Yeah.
And then he was investigating them. He was like, well, if I'm investigating them, I've got to try them myself.
Obviously.
Yeah. And then, because it's the concept of addiction, it's like the general consensus is like it's a chemical hook. So like if I take cocaine, then I'm gonna like once and that chemical hook, I'm addicted. I'm gonna keep doing it. But there's a lot more like this was on a different Joe Rogan podcast. I can't remember the guy. He was a journalist. I can't remember his name either. I think it was it Johan Harris or something. I think, and he was talking about the study was done and it was called Rat Heaven. And it was basically they had.
Oh my god, no, I know about this. The guy is Harrison. The fucking black hair guy, tall. He had like a show on what was it? I was on YouTube. It was like Harrison's Pharmaceuticals or something, where he'd go around in the jungle and do like different like psychedelics and shit.
No, I haven't seen that.
I think it's the guy. Carry on about. Is this where they gave rats like? Hang on, no, you explain because I might think someone else.
So there was 2 cages. One cage was one rat on its own, and it had water with cocaine, and it didn't have like any like toys or anything or any other mice to socialize with, and pretty quickly it got addicted to the cocaine. And in the other cage they called it Rat Heaven, which is like they could all other rats they could socialize with had like all the spinning wheels and all like the toys and shit they could play with, and then they had again the water with cocaine. But none of them became addicted to the cocaine
because they had what they needed.
There was no there was no need to have a cope, which was what the cocaine provided for the isolated mouse, because it had literally nothing, and that was where it's got its enjoyment from, so it quickly became addicted to that. And that kind of debunked the whole chemical hook theory of as long as you've got what you need, you've got, you're not stressed out with like money, you're not stressed out with a job, kids, and like a social life, then your chances of actually getting addicted to something are much more low. And I think as well, the other guy, the doctor, kind of again is another example of that. Like, as long as you have everything you need, you're not as likely to get addicted to a drug.
Yeah, the thing with the college professor as well was he had like medical grade heroin, which is also very important, because if you're just shooting up shit that you've got from like some random, like you find a needle on the floor, like, well, Louis told me I could do it. Like, then
that's the thing with and like we can go on to like legalization. Wanted to talk about that in I think, is it Portugal, where they've legalized literally everything,
and crime just fucking
crime has gone through the floor and
through the roof.
And as well, they've got these like places where, say, like I can go and get some drugs off the street, and I can take it to this place, and they'll analyze the drug, and they will see what's actually in it. So you're gonna know if there's actually like other more harmful shit in there to keep me more addicted. Whereas, because the medical stuff isn't as likely to get you addicted. Like, if you have an operation, and they give you morphine, that's heroin. That's medical grade heroin.
Yeah.
But like, you don't come out of the hospital like, fuck, I need to get me some, more heroin.
Yeah.
Like, you want to tie this into like legalization, because you said you wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, I do. The important thing: always test your drugs. That's a very as someone
on yourself.
Yeah. Secondly, but first, as someone who's had fake drugs before, not
really?
Yeah, not good. If you're buying iceberg lettuce, it shouldn't come pre-ground. It shouldn't smell like hot chocolate, and obviously it should be green in color. If you're doing, strawberry fields, beetle shit, it's an ehrlich reagent, and you cut a little corner off. You put the thing, it's like £10 off Amazon. It's so easy, and it could literally save your life over spending a tenner on Amazon. Always test. And the thing is, with legalization, you don't really have to test as often, because you know what you're getting is actually regulated and supplied.
Yeah.
It reduces crime, saves lives essentially, and it's also like, that guy's a college professor. He's clearly doing something right, but he's also doing heroin on the weekends. Like, it can, obviously, I'm not saying do drugs will make your life better, but they can most definitely assist in the areas that general shit can't.
So I want to go back to when you said about like smell like hot chocolate. What like causes it to smell like hot chocolate?
So it's it's spice basically. If you think it's weed, it's often spice because spice is synthetic cannabis.
Okay.
It's like
Okay.
a synthetic lettuce. Like fucking.
Yeah,
Do I need to start using the code word so I don't get demonetized immediately? And so like they fake it, and then that shit can cause like strokes, and you fucking go to Wrexham Town Centre and it's fucking lazy down.
That's fair. You see a few of them in Wrexham.
No, it's
like I was on the bus the other day going into Wrexham, and some guy, like as you turn into the bus station, there was some guy just spiced out on his mind, just walked in front of the bus, just completely like zombied out, just.
No.
And the bus had to stop in the middle of the road, just some cracker just walking around.
That's the thing. It's so dangerous, and because oftentimes homeless people, it's always the homeless people who get addicted to drugs because they've got nothing else. They're in their
like we
little
said
rat cage.
about the
like,
cope, yeah.
If I'm sitting outside begging for money all day, like we go to school, we can go train, we can hang out. Like we've got all this shit.
Got
if
I have bed to sleep in at night.
Look, like the weather now is pretty shit. There are people sleeping rough.
Yeah,
like
that's heavy.
I'd want heroin to help me fucking
get numb the pain in it.
Yeah, fuck like.
There's videos on YouTube. I can't remember what channel it's called. But you can search it up. It's like this guy in Philadelphia, like the actual like residential parts, are, like really like fucked up. Have you ever watched Rocky?
Yeah.
So like like the place where he lives, and, like near the gym. It's literally looks exactly like that. And it's some guy like he's pretty much risking his life here, and he's driving through at night. And you can see literally everyone is walking on the street. There's probably hundreds of people on the streets, but they're all spiced out. They're like literally like walking around like, and there's like huddling around fires, and all sleeping rough. Everywhere looks pretty derelict, and it's just like holy shit. Like we live in Mold, and like it's not a shit place to live. Like
yeah, it's not like the best, but it's definitely we're lucky to have.
Yeah, like you don't realize how lucky we are when you see a video like that. Like literally everybody was on just cracked out.
That was
like it looked like a zombie apocalypse. Like the way everyone was walking.
There's a drug they call the zombie drug. It's called Flakka because it basically makes you not intolerable, invincible. Essentially, you don't feel pain,
really?
And people like there are terrifying videos of people on it running headfirst into car windshields and breaking them.
Fuck.
Like they don't give a fuck because you're that high.
Really?
Like, yeah, there are some awful drugs over there. That's why I don't think I'll ever really do pills because I don't think I'm gonna get that. But like, I don't know. I can't whip out the kit in the club, can I? And like start testing it. It's if the
Jesus Christ.
The safest thing is always abstinence, but that's not always the funnest thing. So it's like cost to like benefit ratio. Don't do pills. If you can see what it is, or you can actually test it in time, don't like.
You do it at your own risk, innit? Like
yeah, like that's the thing. Like I'm not your fucking dad. Do what you want.
Yeah, no, it is fucked up, and it definitely is. Do you know if it is legal in Philadelphia? Like a drug, like the drug situation in Philadelphia.
I don't know. I'll Google it.
Google it
because that's the best way we can. Oh, also the sugar cocaine thing. Sugar is apparently as addictive, if not more, as cocaine. According to the internet, and the internet never lies. So.
Internet never lies.
No,
I've never found a lie on the internet. No one's ever wrong on the internet,
no.
Especially in the comment section.
Oh no! In Philadelphia, it's illegal.
It's illegal
under federal law to possess controlled substances. You might be arrested and charged under federal possession, or in Pennsylvania if you're in a federal facility or otherwise by federal agents.